This is Greg Gallagher with G3 Investors, and we're going to take a look at the G3 portfolio in a minute. First, let's take a look at the second week of December, ended on December 15th. Let's take a look at what happened last week. Well, Friday was a triple witching day, and you can see over here that I'll show you the massive volume in a little bit here, but we had a good day in most of the indexes. The Nasdaq was up 1.17, and the Russell 2000 was up 1.56. As you can see here highlighted in green, all of the indexes have hit or are very near all-time highs in the marketplace in the month of December again. The change for the week, the Nasdaq's the clear leader. That's a good thing. I always like it when the Nasdaq is leading. For the month, the Dow's up. So the Nasdaq is probably going to take over leadership here pretty soon for the month as the Santa Claus rally continues. The only one that we have negative for the month is the Russell 2000, which is the small cap stocks. Let's take a look at the portfolio here. All right. We had 14 closing trades in December so far. It's highlighted here, and the date sold is clear, okay, because December we color coded all of the other months. And we had 14 trades. The net gain on that for December was $42,245. For the year, we've had 129 closing trades, 100 winners, 29 small losers. Winning trade percentage, 77.5%. That's excellent. We started with 200,000 at the beginning of the year. We have realized gains of $58,450. The 29 small losers was $3,394. Okay. Now, when we look at our open positions, we have 18 open positions currently. We're 74% invested. Okay, and I've highlighted in green the ETFs that are at all-time highs, have closed at all-time highs or remained at all-time highs during the month. There's a new, I made a change at the recommendation of a subscriber to the open positions. I'm showing now, over here's the price setup. So if we take a look at I've talked about in detail XLK, the technology sector, and QQQ, the Nasdaq 100 Trust. These are the two ETFs that are up over 30% for the year. And I've went into detailed trades on how I set it up, how the system sets it up, how the trailing stop is determined, and we're going to track these trades from the beginning until the closing positions, so we can learn, get educated on how my trading system works. Okay, and so we'll take a look at these three that are highlighted in yellow here. We'll take a look at the charts for them. But right now we have unrealized gains of $6,570, $6,570 or 3.3%, bringing the total gain as of the December 15th to 32.5%, and that compares to the buy and hold portfolio of 28% as of December 15th. I'm going to change this to a monthly. Okay, now this is well, let's look at XLK first. XLK. All right, this is the technology sector, and as I said, we had a sort of a double bottom formation here. That set us up to go along. Our setup price was 62.10, and we entered the trade at $64. Excuse me. On the 11th of December, kind of went sideways a little bit here. Now this was as of December 15th. I'm late getting the report out today because of we had my wife's birthday this weekend. We had Christmas one at the Gallagher household with my grandchildren came in, and they're doing Christmas up north, but we did Christmas one on my wife's birthday, so we had a lot of fun. You can see this volume's pretty high here on the triple witching day, and that's options expiration, which was Friday, December the 15th. But we can see that the trade is going for us very well. As I said, the Santa Claus rally continues. Let's take a look at the Qs. Whoops, too many Qs, Greg. Okay, now on the Nasdaq Composite, we had a setup at 152 here, and that was our setup price. We have a stop loss of $4, okay, and that was determined by looking at back to this difference here. So we entered that trade at 156 on the 12th, which has been right here when it hit our trigger price. There, the high of the day there was 155.95. So I set these triggers automatically, so don't set them, forget them. You don't have to look at them because you're just trading by a system. And as you can see, the Nasdaq's recovered. It's at new all-time highs, and it's doing very well even today. And there again's that high volume on a triple witching day. Back here, when we got stopped out of the Nasdaq, you can see we had a big down day that took out all of these gains here on very high volume, even higher than triple witching volume, which is, you know, and then the Nasdaq corrected somewhat. So you can see it's a volatile market. It's starting to become a little bit more volatile here. Okay, let's go to ITA. I don't look at that one. That's another one that we just got into recently. Okay, on that one we had a stop out right here on this day at 180.42. I set because this blue line, which is the 50-day moving average here, I set my set price at 181. We got a $5 stop on that, so we would have got back in at 186, which kind of ties back to this bar right here. Although the high is 186.59, I felt like, you know, a $5 stock was more than enough, and so we got back into the defense and aerospace ETF. That's the ITA on this day right here, 12/13 at 186. We bought 60 shares, and since that, it's doing pretty well. We're obviously back into an uptrend. Okay. So that's it for G3 investors today. Good luck and good trading. So you can sign off. But for those of you who are interested, this is a topic that came up. We have the Santa Claus rally, and we have the new tax package is expected to be signed before Christmas, and that's all good news for the market. But this is something that kind of scared me over the weekend, and not just the weekend, but I have people that come in and clean our house every 2 weeks, and the cleaning people are into Bitcoins, and some of the people at our Christmas party were talking about Bitcoins, and I just asked them because I really have a hard time understanding the Bitcoin. I said, well, what's your collateral? What do you hold? What can you do? How do you get your money out of it other than selling your Bitcoin somewhere else? And what is the real value of a Bitcoin? Who determines that value other than the greater fool who buys the Bitcoin for $20,000? I think they're going for $20,000 now. And I just don't understand it. But this, my friends, this is a bubble. This is what a bubble looks like, okay? And this chart here, it's dated. It's outdated because it's like 2 days old. Okay, this is to December 14th. This morning they were trading around $20,000. Okay, but seriously, folks, this may be the biggest bubble of all times, because in the last 3 years or so, Bitcoin has made new highs 64 times and is up some 34,000%. Okay, now you have to look back in time. This bubble dwarfs the 1929 bubble, which was the great crash that created the Great Depression. Or 2000, the 2000 internet bubble. Everybody remembers that, right? Well, nobody's talking about it anymore, but everybody should remember it. And then the other one is the one we just had in 2008. That's only like, about 10 years ago, 9, 10 years ago. We had the real estate bubble. And that, when Lehman Brothers went under due to their nefarious activities, we had a financial crisis and another fairly significant crash. But this thing dwarfs all that. And even if you go back and look at the world famous, back in the 17th century, the Dutch tulip bubble, the Dutch tulip mania, well, that bubble only made 50 new all-time highs over the 3 years. So even that bubble is not even near this thing. But it's amazing. Options are trading. You can trade futures on Bitcoins or cryptocurrencies. And I don't understand it, and I don't care to, because it's insane. If you ask a banker, hey, I got $1 million worth of Bitcoins, go to a banker and try to get collateral on it. You'll get thrown out of it. They'll throw you out of there. Now, there might be somebody in there that's a banker who might say, gee, I'll take those off your hands for 700,000 or 500,000 or whatever, but they're crazy. So that is the Bitcoin madness in one chart. So this is Greg Gallagher signing off. Good trading. Good luck.